If your business growth has stalled, chances are you are making a critical mistake, one that's keeping you stuck while others pull ahead. I know, because I used to do the exact same thing. Let me explain. I've been training for HYROX fitness race for quite some time now. And the more I train, the more I realize something unexpected. HYROX has actually taught me a crucial lesson about marketing, one that most businesses, including myself in the past, get completely wrong. They are stuck choosing between brand building and sales activation, and it's holding back their growth. Let me show you why. In training you have got different zones, like zone 2 where you are building your aerobic base. This is your long steady effort. You need this foundation to sustain longer distances at higher intensity, like zone 4 and higher. Training in the higher intensity zones is also essential to develop and maintain speed. Each zone drives different adaptations, and together they lead to overall peak performance. It's how you mix the various training methods that matter. This is why one size fits all doesn't work. The integration of different training zones depends on the individual. Take me for example. I come from a strength training background and I am fast twitch fiber dominant. Developing speed and explosiveness has never been an issue. My challenge? Sustaining higher speeds for longer durations. That's why I dedicate a larger part of my training to zone 2 workouts, to build endurance while maintaining intensity. Now think about marketing. In marketing land there's always this big debate. Should you focus on long-term brand building, brand marketing, or short-term sales activation, performance marketing? It's a false dilemma to assume that sales activation only drives sales, simply because the name suggests it. But honestly, that's just wrong. When you integrate the two, that's when the magic happens. Brand building, that's your zone 2. It's about creating neural pathways, memory structures in people's brains. People need to know and remember you in order to buy from you. Brand is the sum of all the memories, associations and perceptions they have about you, your company, product or service. Brand is your reputation and you don't control it. That's why brand is often called mental real estate. Think about it. When I say just do it, you instantly think Nike. That's mental real estate. On the flip side, zones 4 and 5, those are like short-term sales activations. Anything designed to get people to act right now. Which is why it's also called direct response marketing. But this is where a lot of business people get it wrong. Just like you can't hit a personal record in every training session, you can't expect every marketing activity to drive immediate sales. If you focus solely on high intensity workouts to prepare for HYROX, you will eventually hit a performance plateau. Or worse, fall into a negative spiral where your performance starts to decline. The same applies to marketing. You might see quick wins by focusing most of your effort and budget on sales activation tactics, boosting short-term cash flow. However, this approach won't lead to sustainable growth, which is about ensuring stable long-term cash flow. You don't generate future cash flow solely through sales activation, as these activities are less effective at building memory structures in people's brains. As a result, the pool of non-buyers and light buyers doesn't expand, limiting your ability to grow market share. That's why you have hit a performance plateau. And you won't break through it by doubling down on more sales activation tactics. The vast majority, 95%, aren't ready to buy right now. And if those entering the market aren't already familiar with your brand, they are more likely to choose another competitor they know, remember and notice. Marketing isn't just about capturing immediate sales from the 5% who are ready now. It's also about influencing the 95% who will buy in the future. Both brand marketing and performance marketing directly impact the 5% of in-market buyers. But brand marketing also creates a lasting effect. By investing in brand building, memory building, you are priming the 95%, the out-of-market buyers, to think of your brand first when they eventually enter the market. Effective brand building today plants the seed for tomorrow's sales. You need to create lasting memory associations in the brains of future buyers. When you build your base through brand building activities, you are creating mental real estate. This work lays down the foundation for short-term activations, those key moments where you push for direct responses and drive sales. Brand building doesn't just make sales more cost-effective, it can also unlock greater pricing power. And those short-term wins, they fund your long-term growth. What matters most is recognizing that brand building and sales activation aren't opposing forces. They work together. The brands that win aren't just the ones capturing demand today. They are the ones also consistently cultivating demand for tomorrow. What steps do you need to take to break through the plateau? It's tempting to jump straight into action, trying different tactics, testing new channels, and doing more of what seems to work. But before you get caught in what is called tactification, take a step back. Instead of diving in head first, diagnosis. Understanding where you are. Before you can fix a problem, you need to define it. Diagnosis is about getting clear on your current situation, identifying the gap between where you are now and the results you want to achieve. Without this clarity, any action you take is just guesswork. So first ask yourself, what's really holding you back? What's preventing progress? Only when you truly understand the challenge, you can develop a plan to solve it. Step 2. Strategy. Closing the gap. The purpose of strategy is to bridge the gap between your current reality and your future ambitions. That means making different choices, because if you keep making the same ones, you will keep running into the same obstacles. A strong strategy aligns your actions with your goals, setting the foundation for real lasting progress. Step 3. Roadmap. Turning your strategy into action. Once you have a clear strategy, it's time to bring it to life. That's where the roadmap comes in. A step-by-step plan outlining specific brand building and sales activation tactics you will use to get from point A to B. But it's not just a list of actions. It's an integrated, structured approach where every step builds on the last. When done right, your roadmap ensures that every move you make is intentional, aligned and driving you closer to your goal. What do you think? Does this analogy make sense to you? I sure hope so, because nothing frustrates me more than seeing business people rely solely on sales activations, thinking it will drive long-term business growth. It won't. And look, I get it. When the pressure is on, it's tempting to double down on short-term sales tactics. But here's the paradox. The more you rely on them, the harder it becomes to achieve real sustainable growth. So if you're ready to break free from the cycle of chasing quick wins and start building a brand that lasts, here's what to do next. Hit subscribe, because every week we go deeper into brand building strategies. Drop a comment with your biggest takeaway. I personally read and reply to thoughtful comments and would love to hear your perspective. See you in the next one.